Spend 9 years working missing persons, and the human brain starts playing tricks on you. Detective Mara Kessler spent nearly a decade staring at empty spaces where people used to be, internalizing the ambiguous loss that comes from cases that simply go cold. That volume of dead ends conditions a detective to search for patterns in the static. Over a 14-month period, Mara built a quiet file on a sequence of 5 disappearances across 3 states. All 5 victims were adults, and all 5 were financially ruined. The thread connecting them was their digital footprint a week before they vanished. Each had responded to a private estate liquidation auction that appeared online briefly under varying shell company names, always bearing the same listing text: "Everything must go. No reserve. Cash or trade accepted." Carrying the weight of hundreds of unsolved cases creates a cognitive vacuum. The need for a resolution makes seasoned investigators vulnerable to pursuing impossible theories, because any answer feels better than silence. The 6th disappearance gave Mara a physical target. Curtis Dubois was 38, unemployed, and posting for cash to prevent his family's eviction. Right before he vanished, he responded to a single photograph of an ornate wooden box from a private estate. By tracing the deleted post's burner email, Mara followed a digital breadcrumb trail to a physical address 3 hours outside her jurisdiction. County records showed the property belonged to a trust estate, trapped in a 10-year probate limbo, with taxes paid anonymously every year. Operating on a hunch and a screenshot, Mara bypassed her training. She requested no department resources, secured no warrant, and drove 3 hours to approach the decaying Victorian estate alone. Mara is now operating in the gap between her training and her obsession. By standing on that porch alone, she has stepped away from the safety of the department and into a situation designed to exploit her. The outside of the estate was dead pines and rotting wood. The inside was immaculate, museum-quality antique furniture set dust-free, and a long hallway featured framed photographs of objects: a child's music box, silver mirrors, dueling pistols. The woman waiting inside introduced herself as the proprietor of the auction house. She explained a specific economic mechanic. They do not accept traditional money. Instead, they deal in unconventional trades, offering desperate people something that will solve their immediate problems. She showed Mara the wooden box Curtis Dubois had responded to. Inside was a handwritten note from Dubois to his family, proving he had acquired the money to stop their eviction. But he hadn't traded a physical object to get it. The auction house operates on a specialized currency. Dubois traded 10 literal years of his remaining lifespan for the cash to save his home. He gets to live out his shortened life in comfort, unaware of exactly how much time he forfeited. This predatory model is self-sustaining because the supply of human desperation is renewable. People sign these binding contracts because they are trading away a future they haven't experienced yet, a cost that feels abstract until the debt is collected. The proprietor revealed her own desperation. She didn't build this enterprise. She inherited the role from the previous owner in a trade she didn't fully comprehend. Now she is exhausted, and she wants to quit. But there is a structural trap built into the house's leadership. The proprietor cannot simply walk away. She is contractually bound to the position, and leaving it vacant without a bound successor triggers an automatic collapse. The proprietor makes no attempt to stop her. She watches Mara leave with patient certainty, predicting that Mara will return when the pain of a cold case finally outweighs the cost of the trade. That prediction takes root on the long drive home. Mara subverts her police duty, lying to her captain when she gets back to the station. She reports the Dubois lead as a dead end, burying the investigation. 8 months later, Curtis Dubois' family receives an anonymous postcard. He has his money, but he is living on borrowed time, writing to tell his children that some debts cannot be renegotiated. Back at the Missing Persons Division, Mara maintains a new routine. In the bottom drawer of her desk sits a locked manila folder containing the photograph of the wooden box. Some nights she sits in the dark and simply stares at it. The burden of the unsolved has shifted. Mara now lives with the constant, quiet knowledge of the price she could pay for the answers she spent 9 years chasing.